Hi, I'm Brenda Buglione, and welcome to an all-new episode of SnowMotion. This week, we highlight skiers and snowboarders that are at the top of their game. From a chairlift interview with Petra Vlhová to a documentary with Alex Kilda and Mikaela Shiffrin. Later, top freeriders send it off Corbett's couloir. Plus, the U.S. ski team brings us a fitness tip, and I'll share my latest ski tip. We have a lot to cover, so let's get after it.
Since 1976, U.S. ski and snowboarding has relied on the name Steadman to keep its athletes on the slopes, competing and winning against the world's best. Today, that legacy continues as the most innovative minds in sports medicine provide personalized patient care to our nation's best. On the World Cup Tour and beyond, the Steadman Clinic and Steadman Philippon Research Institute, treating Team USA and the athlete in all of us.
Corbel, make it gold.
SnowMotion is brought to you by the Steadman Clinic, treating Team USA and the athlete in all of us. And by Gorsuch. With an Olympic gold medal and a World Cup title, Slovakian skier Petra Vlhová is one of Mikaela Shiffrin's strongest competitors. We rode up the chairlift at Copper Mountain to talk about being a role model in her country, her favorite places to ski, and what she likes to do when she's not competing. Petra, how is training in Colorado?
For me, it's really amazing because snow is perfect, so I'm really happy to train here.
That's so good. When did you start skiing?
When I was 3 years old, so almost 23 years. So I'm still here and I'm trying to be the best, and we will see.
Well, watching you on television, on the World Cups, I just feel like you and the rest of the girls, Mikaela and Katarina, everyone is just skiing so great and it's amazing.
Yes, of course. There are many girls, and I think for our sport it's much better if there are many girls pushing each other, you know, because if you want to become the best in the world, you have to work a lot, you have to ski, you have to be perfect in every second, and then maybe arrive some results. So it's really, I think for small kids, it's perfect to have like idol that they can see in TV and they can go outside to skiing because of me. So
you're giving back to the sport, yeah.
Yes.
So is there something you would tell a junior skier coming up, like technically, that you feel that's helped your skiing?
For me first, they have to laugh.
Laugh?
You know, to have happiness, laugh what they are doing. It's important to have always smile. And second, never give up, just continue, and maybe once they become like me, maybe.
Like you?
Yeah. Hopefully.
Well, I saw a picture of you at the top of Copper Mountain with your arms up in the air with a big smile, and I thought you look so happy.
Yeah, and I am, because I have the best team right now, and I really enjoying skiing and everything. So right now I am really happy.
Okay, so what brings you the most joy when you're racing and training?
It's hard work, but for me, best feelings are like when I cross the finish line and I see green light. Yes. And then, like, if I win some races, then this is for me the best feeling.
Okay, well, you're one of the best in the world. You're the best skier from Slovakia. Do you ever feel pressure from that?
Well, sometimes yes, because I am quite famous right now in Slovakia because in the winter it's just alpine skiing, so everybody is watching me. So sometimes I feel pressure, but it's more pressure like responsibility to give them like happiness, you know. It's not easy, but trying to have like a bubble around me just to focus for myself, for my skiing, and that's it.
Okay, where's your favorite place to go in the world?
I like a lot my home, Slovakia, and my region is Liptov. Also here is really nice because, as I said, these conditions are perfect. But I like Italy, I think the most because of food, loaves, you know, and I like to eat, so yeah, so.
Okay, what are the other things you like to do other than skiing?
I like to ride my motorbike
You
because
too?
yes, I have a motocross bike, so I like really. But now I have big responsibility, so it's I am a bit afraid to go.
You could get hurt.
Yeah, but just in the summer because in the winter I am always on the slope. But this is like my second sport.
Okay, so you need to go back to training.
Yes.
But I want to know one last question. What do you do when you're done with training?
Normally watching some movies and then back to training again, and then just recovery like massage and everything, and eat and go to sleep.
And ski.
Yes, and ski fast.
And ski fast. Well, good luck this year.
Thank you so much.
So nice to meet you.
Thank you.
Thank you for being on SnowMotion. Bye.
Thank you.
Coming up, I'll show you a drill that will help control your edges and carve better turns. And then, alpine ski racers Alex Kilda, Lucas Brotham, and superstar Mikaela Shiffrin give us a glimpse of life on the World Cup.
We see athletes as the ones that set goals in the recovery of a life-altering injury, the individuals that redefine the magic of getting back up, those that reframe their own recoveries to not be identified by their disability, but by what they will find next as their new ability to succeed. We are High Fives, the safety net of the outdoor sports community.
We don't just repair injuries, we look within to harness the body's own power to heal and decipher the delicate balance of tendon, cartilage, and bone. Developing new treatments so you recover faster. The Steadman Clinic and Steadman Philippon Research Institute. The future of orthopedic medicine is here.
For all my ski tips and chairlift interviews, subscribe to SnowMotion on YouTube and follow me on Instagram at Brenda Buglione 1 and on Facebook at Brenda Buglione. Today I'm going to teach you a drill. It's called the garland drill. And this drill will help get the feeling of getting both skis up on edge and carving your ski. For the drill, we're going to be tracking our skis across the hill. I'm going to roll my ankles and knees into the hill, creating the edge angle with my skis. And you'll see the skis are going to track up the hill. That will allow me to carve my turns. Then I'm going to release both edges and I'm going to start going fast down the hill. Then we're going to edge again and release. This drill is good for all level skiers. For the advanced skier, they want to do this to loosen up their ankles and knees and feel that edge. And for the beginner, it's a way to learn about that edge and keep your control when you're skiing the slopes. It's not just starting gates and finish lines. A lot goes into World Cup ski racing. Norwegians Lucas Brotham and Alex Kilda and American superstar Mikaela Shiffrin share a behind-the-scenes look at what it takes to compete at the highest level in an episode of Draw Your Line from Oakley. Follow Oakley on YouTube for more action.
think one of the things I love most about alpine ski racing is
the feeling of a clean turn. Fast speed, long jumps, adrenaline.
The culture this destination has to offer, the activities, the potential new friends. It's the whole journey.
It's a lot of risk in it. I don't think people understand the risk of crashing, but they see it sometimes, and I think that's like thrilling for people to watch.
It's the closest thing I can imagine to flying. When one season ends, I pretty much switch modes right away to the next season. It's always some motivation to like go right back out almost the next day, and I want to train more and I want to keep improving or fix whatever it is before I've lost that feeling.
And every year is more challenging the older I get, you know? Now I'm 30 and I gotta keep things going.
If you really take a moment to step back and put your feet up, then you start to feel like, oh, okay, now I'm just chilling. And I think it's important to keep like this idea that, okay, the next season starts immediately. I can find the motivation when I'm on my own, but there's many, many days where I do not want to go to the gym or I don't want to do the interval workout, whatever it is.
That's the art, you know, finding that balance between being tough enough on yourself to make those sacrifices that's needed, but also listen to yourself.
Because it's, in the bottom line, it's an individual sport, so you need to kind of have focus on yourself and remember that you're fighting against your teammates too.
If I need a day off or if I need this new experience, and that's going to cost a session of training or maybe a little rest, it's going to benefit in giving you that energy from that experience you just got, it may just be worth it.
I also really appreciate training in a group.
I like that vibe we have. As we have in our culture in attacking Vikings, is that we share our knowledge and we try to get better at it together.
This culture that we've created for ourselves, it's a brutal culture and it's an honest culture. So it just forces us Norwegians to fight even harder to get those few spots that's available, you know.
It just gives you an opportunity to be able to win more often if you can share knowledge and share experiences.
It's like maximum trust levels within the group, which is really important, especially over the years. That's become more and more important.
You know, if you have a guy that's always pushing you or always in front of you, then you can either just fight a little bit harder, or you can look at him and see, wow, it's possible to do that way.
What does he do differently to me to win that 10th of a second? And then you engage in that conversation and you learn from it and you try it yourself, and then you may be that 10th of a second faster than that guy the next day, and then he'll be asking you.
There we go.
We have a lot of fun in the team, but you need the people in your team to have the same mindset.
SBs this year was really, really fun. Because I've had success in the sport, it gives me opportunities like this. I love to get dressed up. It was so much fun that Alex was there. Really, really good experience. But I needed a really, really good night of sleep after that.
Growing as an athlete is also the fact you're just growing as a person. It's all of those impressions and experiences you have outside of the skiing hill that also changes you as a person, but also changes you as an athlete. So I think it's very important. It's always a next something. There's always a better version of what you created yesterday, and I feed off of progress like nothing else. I've always felt out of place and wrong, but it was skiing that allowed me to ever feel accepted somewhere.
Oh, that was an amazing day.
And also feeling privileged about traveling.
And you meet all these people from all types of country, and then all of a sudden, it's not that weird to be weird anymore. Everyone has a different reality. And for the first time ever, I felt at ease.
Let's go.
I think I have a luxury of telling you that no day is the same whatsoever. And I like my life like that. That's sort of why I chose to live my life like I do.
I feel like I've experienced nearly everything in my career so far, and still somehow I continue to be surprised.
Yep.
My goals have changed over the years.
I have goals. I do.
Be more okay with racing and like a little bit more excited about it.
I might have.
And when I feel excited to race, then it seems like I can get that switch to the on position a bit easier.
And there's the World Championships coming up, which I have some revenge in. Been to a couple already, but been really close for quite some times now. So I want to just like get in there and hammer. This is what I fight for and work for in general. So if I keep on doing that, then I'll be really happy, for sure.
I think that first it has to do with passion.
I want to do this because I think it's fun.
Being in a good mental state and being happy is the absolute most important key to success.
And do it because they are passionate about it and not because someone else tells you to.
At the end of the day, it's you that is going to be winning those races, and create your own path and send it.
So when you draw your line, be truthful about that. It's like a map or a guideline for you to figure out then what you stand for, then what you want to shoot for, what your goals are.
And this is something that I want to show the younger generation coming up to, that follow your heart, follow your passion, and it's going to be a good life. And being a skier is pretty awesome.
What we've done at Surefoot is really changed the way that you get ski boots.
The sun shines bright.
This boot is made for your foot. The difference is amazing. You'll ski better. They're better fitting, better skiing than anything you've ever experienced.
I woke up feeling great. Today was made for me. And life is good the way it should, the way.
If we want to protect the places we love, we must vote. America is a nation of many nations, many histories, many experiences. But despite our different paths, we all converged here. You see, our common ground is the land itself, our playgrounds, and places we love. Now we must protect them from the effects of climate change. If you love the land, make a plan to vote this November.
Dream job? Oh God. Marine biologist. A food critic.
I already started a coffee roasting business, Pacific Crest Coffee Company. And our first location's doing really well, and we're opening up a second location now in Truckee. Outside of ski racing, definitely dream job, heli ski guide.
Lifty at Cochrane Ski Area.
SnowMotion is brought to you by Surefoot. Better fitting, better skiing. And by Oakley. Welcome back to SnowMotion. One of the best exercises downhillers do to help combat the extremely high forces in a turn is the single leg squat. But this could be helpful for any skier to improve their strength. Per Lundström from the U.S. ski team is going to show us how. Per, these athletes are going so fast down the slopes. What body parts need to be the strongest to do that?
For us, the quadriceps actually have to be very adaptable to the skiing itself, because when you go through a turn at that speed, the athlete needs to be able to resist the forces, but also need to be able to keep the ski on the snow as the surface is changing so rapidly underneath their feet. So we start to look into this single leg work more than just double leg all the time. Okay. This is a single leg squat on high box, assisted with TRX bands. And why we're on the box is to have a more neutral pelvic position to start out. And you want to go about 90 degrees in the knee, right? Yeah, perfect.
Okay, and just go down one leg at a time.
Exactly. Yeah.
So single leg.
Exactly. And as you get more comfortable, you start to drive the foot into the box, and that way you will activate more in the quadriceps.
Okay. And what do you recommend for reps?
Probably 3 sets of 6 to 8 repetitions on each leg.
Done.
There we go.
Okay, I like this one.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, another way to do a single leg squat if you don't have a box or a strap system like a TRX. You can use a bar or anything that you just can hold on to, right? And a really nice way to progress into this is double leg first. And when you feel that you're getting more connected with the muscle groups, you progress into the single leg squats like we did on the high box. And then, yeah, start loading more and more on the legs instead of the bar or whatever you're holding on to. Yeah, that's great. Yeah, awesome.
Dropping into the iconic Corbett's Couloir at Jackson Hole is achievement enough for most everyday skiers. But the competitors at the Kings and Queens of Corbett's are throwing tricks you wouldn't even imagine. Check out these mind-blowing moments from the first 5 years. And follow at Jackson Hole on Instagram for highlights from this year's comp and more.
I remember the first year thinking about best runs. There was so much uncertainty the first year, and Hans Mindich put down a back 3 to open it up, and it just relieved everybody. Big exhale.
Jeff Ledger, I remember him kind of coming on the left side and just like front flipping into it, and it's just like, what?
For the female side of it, I think Kate Zelliff, Erin from the top, and just lace it and just go full torque out of the couloir, like hauling. Travis Rice's run was all time. We had skiers on the top of the podium, and to have Travis come in and do the event, just to have his energy.
Just to see him operate and such confidence and grace, man, he just put one down in there.
The first year that they built the really steep, quick lip at the top was just a trip. Double backflips going into it.
It's kind of crazy, like a dub backflip's like now a mellow trick.
Sam Cooch came in, stomped the dub cork 10.
Big old dub 10 and somehow recovered in time and hit the next jump, and yeah, it was wild.
Jake Hopfinger stomping the dub flat. Stalled out midway. Everyone thought he was going to under-rotate, but the way he brought it around was so dope.
There's just jaw-dropping moments that have gone down, and one of those is Veronica Paulson's just big, lofty backflip, super stomp.
She's worked so hard to do that, and it was awesome to see it play out for her.
Pretty much the craziest thing I've ever seen a girl do on skis.
Top run, yeah, probably Carl Fosbeth switch 9 off the top. Skis, speed, just the combination of it all.
Pretty insane, because the bar had already been set once again. Kind of like year one, he just got in his mode, did it, and also did it in the crappiest conditions.
Trevor Kennison, obviously, is the one that's burned into everybody's brain.
I saw Trevor just hanging out up top the day that he hit it, and I thought he was just up there to stoke everyone out. I didn't realize he was going full send.
When I jumped off of it, bouncing, and then getting there, skiing, and then I couldn't see anything, and then stopping. Just hearing the roars from the top, from the bottom, that gave me goosebumps. It was just super cool to hear. I'm speechless, of the feeling I got in the couloir from that.
Hans Mindich's back 3 wall ride was just probably the gnarliest thing that's ever gone down in the history of snowboarding. Couldn't believe my eyes what I was seeing. Just literally, what the?
seeing what's happened over the last 5 years is just never thought we'd be where we are now.
It's crazy, man, what this contest has brought out and how it's helped with progression. Just stoked to be a part of it and glad Jackson throws down and makes this happen.
That's all for this episode of SnowMotion. Thanks for tuning in for all the latest and greatest winter sports action. I'm Brenda Buglione, and we'll see you on the slopes.